So I looked at a lot of YouTube videos when I decided I was going to make one, and I wanted to know how to go about doing it. And one thing that a lot of them said was just do it. Don't worry about it being perfect. Your first YouTube video is going to be horrible anyway. And mine was. I made another one today, spent a lot of time over it and figuring out how to put it up and everything else. And it was so awful. It was public for about 3 minutes. And then I was watching it and I just couldn't leave it up there. So I took it down and decided to remake it because I had promised myself that I would get a video posted today. And well, I had promised myself actually that I would get a video posted on Thursday. And I could put it off until next Thursday, I think legitimately, because I was not specific. But I really would like to get something up tonight before Thursday is over. So this is it. I decided to start making videos. I'm not even really sure why I decided to start making videos. I think it has something to do with a recent diagnosis of osteoarthritis, which really threw me. I think it suddenly made getting old a whole lot more real. And I started watching videos on YouTube that were put up by women like myself who are past 60. And it seems like a really nice community. I don't think that I can do nearly as well as some of the videos that I've been watching, which are just beautifully done. And there are people who are accomplished in various arts. I have dabbled in various arts. I've dabbled in lots and lots of things. And I know that I'll get better with video making. I'll figure out how it's done and I'll get to enjoy it and not dread it. So I'm not worried about that. I'm familiar with various editing programs, and I'm sure that iMovie will become easier to me as time goes by. I hope so, anyway. And maybe at some point I'll even invest in a decent camera instead of just using my desktop camera. But for now, this is a good start, I think. And to see that I don't get discouraged and give it up, which is something I tend to do. I have bipolar disorder, and bipolar 2 is what I have. And that means that sometimes I get very fired up about starting something like making videos. And then that hypomania passes and I'm depressed and I figure I'm not any good at anything. Well, I'm sure you know what you say to yourself in depression. And but this is something to give me something to push myself to do. There's that too. It's really good for me to have a deadline of sorts. So now my deadline will be every Tuesday. And I will keep to that. And the videos will get better. I'm going to go out on a line and promise you that the videos will get better. I might even put a soundtrack of music underneath the vocal. And I'll enjoy doing it. I'm really looking, just a little bit of exposure I had to iMovie editing made me really looking forward to this because there's just so many possibilities and things I could do. And I am creative. I love to create art of various sorts. And so I think this is going to be fun. I hope it will not just be fun for me. I'm hoping it will be fun for viewers as well. But time will tell, and we shall see. I need to get used to it, not just the editing part of it, but watching myself on film talking while I'm editing is going to be the hardest part of it, I think. I have only just recently gotten used to pictures of myself to the point where I can look at them and say, you know what, that's not really that bad. You're not entirely repulsive. But now I have to look at pictures of myself where my face is moving and my mouth is talking. And my mouth especially disturbs me. Maybe part of it is that I look so much like my sister. Our mouths seem to move a lot the same way. Or maybe it's just that I'm not used to hearing the voice. I'm getting used to that too, because it sounds different when it's coming from another place than when it's coming from inside my head. I'm rambling, aren't I? I do ramble. You'll have to forgive that. Also, I stop and I don't know how people do it who talk, and do they follow a script? And if you follow a script, maybe when I get better with the editing, I'll be able to follow a script and then edit out all the parts in between where I stop to look at the script. But I'm kind of nervous about looking at the script and go, well, I was going to talk about this next. Well, this is pretty much what I was going to talk about. And I think I have, I don't know, maybe I've said enough. I don't know. I honestly do not know. What do I want to chart? I want to chart my progress forward. That's part of why I decided on the name Thursday's Child for my channel. Is I was thinking of that nursery rhyme from childhood. Monday's child is full, fair of face, and so on and so forth. And I was going through the name. I'd always kind of imagined myself as a Wednesday's child because I'm sort of melodramatic and I am sort of at times morbid, which goes along with bipolar disorder at times. And I thought, I just have often thought of myself as being full of woe. But then coming up on that as a name for the channel, and I thought, no, I'm not full of woe. Very often I'm full of hope and happiness. And I didn't want to put full of woe as the channel name. And then I came to the next part of the rhyme, Thursday's child has far to go. And I thought, yeah, I do have far to go. I mean, 70, I have gone far, heaven knows, but I still have a journey to complete. And I don't know what that journey will bring or what I will find along the way. All kinds of things I expect. Some of them fun, some of them not so much, probably, because that's what life is. It's parts that are fun and parts that are not so much fun. And I am used to that by now. But I kind of thought I'd like to chart that and see what it means exactly and share parts of it with you, which kind of amazes me because I have, or maybe that's part of why I want to start this channel, is I have become the next thing to a recluse. I have become very much closed off. I don't share much. I just prefer to keep things to myself. And maybe it's easier talking to faces I can't see and to people that I don't know than it is talking to my family or my friends. I don't want to be a recluse anymore. I don't want to be quiet all the time anymore. And also, maybe this is a way to talk to them. Maybe they'll watch it. I don't know if they'll watch it, frankly. And if they don't, that's okay. And if nobody watches it, that's okay. It's still an appointment for Thursdays. It's still an appointment for me to keep, a deadline for me to meet. And if nothing else, that will be good for me. And if it's good for me, I hope that it will also at least be interesting to viewers, amusing at parts, even if they're only laughing at me instead of with me. That doesn't bother me anymore. You get old and you just have to let go of things. So we'll see. And so I hope that you will come back and see what I have to say next Thursday and what has happened in the week in between. I have no idea what it will be, but then none of us do, really, do we? But in the meantime, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'll hope to see you soon. Bye.